Hey, thanks for checking out Fun Time Travel. So today we're going to talk about a bunch of do's and don'ts to help you out with your first cruise or your next cruise. Now, cruising is a little or really kind of a lot different than some vacations because you're on a boat floating in the water.
Captain Obvious.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, we want to help you prepare so you can have a great time and you don't run into some surprises that might mess up your trip. So let's check it out.
All right, our first do, try something new. You know, try a new food or drink on the ship. Go ziplining if you're not afraid of heights, or go snorkeling in port. Do a trivia contest.
Yeah.
Or sing karaoke, or just watch other people singing karaoke.
If you're singing karaoke, you may need a little liquid encouragement.
You know, go to the sail away party and jump out on the dance floor and
Again,
have
that
fun.
liquid encouragement might help.
Yes, for sure. I don't need liquid encouragement, but you know, some people do. You know, you're on vacation. You don't know anyone. They don't know you. You know, take a risk and have some fun.
That's good. That's good advice. Hey, so our second one is do splurge on a balcony. We always recommend, especially first-time cruisers, do a balcony. Maybe you don't want to do it for the future, but balconies are the most common cabins on cruise ships, and for good reason. We think you should try it at least once. Now, some people, they say they're not in their cabins all that much on a cruise, and I guess I can understand that because there's so much to do, but we have found that we absolutely love our balconies, and we spend quite a bit more time on them than we thought we would. I think one of my favorite things anyway, is when we're sailing away from a port, a lot of times that's right around the time we're getting ready for dinner.
Right.
And so you can, while we're getting ready, or if I'm waiting on her to get ready.
Yeah, he's usually out on the balcony.
I'm out on the balcony and I'm watching the cruise kind of disappear into the horizon, or the port disappear into the horizon. I'm on the cruise. Wow. Maybe that liquid encouragement got me.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, would you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. We're always posting videos like these with tips and tricks, or vlogs we'll do. We do ship tours, and sometimes just news and updates about cruising in general. We'd hate for you to miss a single video, so hey, thanks in advance.
Moving on. Do research on your room location. Now, some people may not care, but we do. And here's why. We prefer to choose where our cabin is going to be, so we're not near an elevator. Other people like to be near an elevator, but we found it's kind of noisy.
It gets busy, yeah.
Yeah, it gets, busy, noisy. We also check out what is above us and what is below us, so we're away from like noisy common areas. The thing is, you do not want to be below the dance club if you're not one that stays up late.
Right. Yeah. You also don't want to be like maybe below the buffet if you're one that wants to sleep in the morning.
Yeah, that is very true.
Or below the pool, because that gets noisy early in the morning. So those are things you kind of want to,
right,
scope out.
Another thing to think about is the middle of the ship down low is always a little bit more calmer and can be helpful for people who are prone to seasickness.
All right, so here's another do. Now, this one can make some people nervous, but we always suggest that you meet new people. Do meet new people. I understand if you're an introvert or maybe a little shy, but I tell you what, we have found that it's always been worth it when we've taken a chance to meet new people. Either we always ask to be seated at a table if we're not cruising with people that we know, get seated at a table with other people, because it's really a lot of fun.
Yeah. Unless it's like our anniversary dinner at the steakhouse.
Right, yeah.
Then we just have us two.
Yeah, the romance is in the air. They don't want to be seated next to us anyway.
No.
When I get all prettied up, she makes eyes at me, and it's a whole thing. So,
I mean, look at him.
Hey, like I said, some of the most fun on a cruise is from the new people that we meet. We love hearing the stories. We love learning about their lives, where they're from. And another thing we really enjoy, if you're nervous about meeting strangers, try to meet the bartenders or the musicians, or talk to your cabin steward, or
the cruise directors.
The cruise directors or the wait staff in the restaurants. They love to chat about their lives back home, and it's just a fun way to get to know a completely different slice of life. And in fact, we're still friends with many of not only the people we met, but the crew members that we've met.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, yep. And we'll often look forward to a cruise that we have upcoming. We'll look and see if some of the people we've met are on that cruise, especially, like I say, the crew members. Always a lot of fun.
Do start a new tradition. This is just some fun, something that we have started that's fun for us. We started it on our first cruise. You know, we always try to get a bottle of local liquor as a conversation piece because we have a bar in the basement.
Well, you know, you get local tequila in Mexico or maybe rum in Jamaica. It's just fun to have, and then it's kind of a conversation piece, sure.
We also get a magnet to display at home. That's something that's nice and small and flat, and it's easy to pack. You're not going to be, you know, your suitcase isn't going to be busting at the seams because you got all these other souvenirs.
They're super cheap, too.
Exactly. You know, maybe your thing is to take a pic on embarkation or sunset picture on each cruise, or maybe you like to collect, you know, those decoration ornaments. Why can I not remember the word? Ornaments for your Christmas tree.
The words are hard.
I'm telling you. But just start something that you can continue every time you cruise, because honestly, once you cruise once, you're probably going to do it again.
All right, so here's some list of don'ts that we recommend you don't do. Wow. Captain Obvious again. So here's one. It's a pet peeve for so many cruisers, and that's don't be a chair hog.
Yeah.
I would say it's high on my list of don'ts. Of course, we tend to find a place around the ship to relax. It's not always around the main pool, but certainly seems like around the main pool, man, people show up and you know, they're just putting all kinds of stuff out. You know, don't be that person that shows up at like 6 o'clock in the morning,
right.
5 o'clock in the morning, and they've got towels, they got broken sunglasses, and, you know, half a flip-flop, and just, they bring everything but the kitchen sink, and they got it laid out on like 20 chairs, and then they go off to breakfast. Then after they're done with breakfast, they go wake up their family, and they show back up, and it's like 9 o'clock, noon, lunch 30, whatever, and it's, I don't know.
Have you ever seen half a flip-flop on a chair?
Well, it could happen.
Get it?
Hey, if you're missing half your flip-flop, you know where it's at, right? You know who you are. Anyway, don't be a chair hog. You know, the cruise lines are really trying to address it. They some of them are putting stickers on the chairs, and they've got like, you know, I think it's 30 or 40 minutes, and then they take everything off and they put it over at the towel hut or whatever. But if you're missing your flip-flop, I've got it.
Okay, don't over-plan your day. Sometimes we have the tendency to try to figure out everything that we want to do and schedule it. You know, some people have that personality.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you put this slide in.
Anyways, it can lead to feeling like you're at work and you have to get it all done. You have to do everything. You know, it doesn't leave time for relaxation or for a spontaneous surprise. You know, you might just be walking along the ship and all of a sudden...
The dance party breaks out.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Or like
especially
me,
with her.
Like me wandering around and going, oh my goodness, I didn't realize they had art on a cruise ship. Now I always look for the art on a cruise ship. Sometimes people will try to make sure that your whole family group has to do every single thing together every day, and that can get overwhelming for some people. You know, just make sure to leave some blank space in your day. Yeah,
maybe even take one of the days and say, everybody go do what you want to do, and then we'll meet up at dinner time and compare notes about your adventures. Okay, so here's a don't that kind of goes hand in hand with the previous don't. It's a double don't. Don't try to do everything. Now, I realize these sound very similar, but the one is just don't overplan everything. This one is, well, really, it's you have the fear of missing out, right? You're worried that you're going to miss out on anything, so there's so much to do on the ship, and you just try to get it all in. You may not even have it planned, but you're like, there's that, and you do it all. You try to do all of the you got trivia contests, and then you got another trivia contest, and you got the 90s trivia contest, and you got the Friends trivia contest, then you go to karaoke, but then you got to go to the show, and then you have to get the casino, and by the time you're in bed, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you got a 5 a.m. wake-up call so you can get off to that excursion, because you're going to try to do 2 excursions in port. It happens.
I know.
So, you know, the worst of it is you go on vacation, and when you come home, you need to take a couple of days off work. You got to take a personal day because you need a few days off.
A vacation from your vacation.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. Some of our favorite days on cruises have been the days where we've done the least. I mean, we still do things, but we've had days where
But it's just relaxing.
we make our way from the Lido deck where we were laying on a chair to our balcony where we lay on a chair to, you know, the Serenity deck where we lay on a chair, you know, to... We don't really do anything. We just enjoy being together. Mm-hmm. You know, whether that's with your significant other or your friends or your family or whatever. So just don't try to do everything.
Don't lose track of time in port. This is very important. Make sure you take an analog watch or set an alarm on your phone. You know, nothing would ruin your cruise faster than missing the ship. You know, it would be bad enough to be a pier runner and still make it to the ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
But people have been left behind because they didn't manage their time. So manage your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like we were talking about getting a balcony early and how much I enjoy sitting on the balcony looking at the port as it goes away. Mm-hmm. It'd be a whole different feeling if you were sitting on the pier looking at the ship as it was going away. Okay, so another don't go in blind. And what do we mean by that? Well, cruising is an adventure, and you know you want that surprise and the you know not knowing what's going to happen, but you want to do some research before you go. You know, make sure you read through the list of things that you can and you can't take. Yeah. Check on the vibe of the cruise line that you think you want to book on. You may find that you want something a lot more low key, or you conversely you might want more energy. Right. Check on what time of year you're going. Did you want to go on that spring break cruise with all those college kids?
We actually had a blast.
We don't mind, but if that's not you, if that's not your thing, then you won't enjoy it. So make sure you check up on the vibe. Make sure you check up on the type of cruise line that you're going on. Also, look into the fun things to do in port. You might find that you don't need to book a big expensive excursion because this port might have something, you know, within just a short walk of the cruise terminal. Like we can walk down the street and do that. Anyway, just check out. You can check out some of our videos. We've got different things that'll help you with your cruises, and there are some great blogs and websites as well as videos by other incredible content creators that you can watch, so that you'll be good to go when you go on that cruise.
Yep. So this is just a quick list of 5 do's and 5 don'ts. Hopefully this list has helped you out. You know, if you're watching this and you've cruised before, we would love to hear what you would add to the list.
Yeah, conversely, if you're watching this and you're new to cruising, we'd love to hear any questions that you might have, whether these do's and don'ts like kind of prompted some questions or you want to know more, or if you just got a question that's completely different, we'd love to hear. We'd love to hear it. We'll try to help answer it, or maybe if you've cruised before, you can answer it. So check in with us in the comments below. But that's it for today. So, hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.